So first up is Donald's dog laundry.
Makes no freaking sense.
I know, I
It
hate
is
this one too.
Donald's short number 16.
Can we have like those buttons that like the X Factor have? If you suck, you just hit it and we can pass it.
Yeah, but nobody will see it.
You know,
want to make
you
a
hear
noise?
like,
You want to make that noise right now?
I was gonna let Dan do his little
Well, here's the funny thing about that.
whoop-de-doodles at the
His
beginning.
what now?
His whoop-de-doodles.
His whoopty-doodles.
His like shout-outs.
Funny thing about
Whatever.
my little
Shout-outs.
whoop-de-doodle.
his credits, like, to the creators. Shout outs.
I literally have nothing
For any of them?
on this short.
On this
Oh, you
one?
couldn't
As far as
find any?
backstory, there's... I'm not kidding. I did, like, research. Like, more research than I normally do. There's, like, no interesting facts about this short at all.
That's surprising.
I mean, 90% of it is just Donald and Pluto, like,
Pluto.
wrestling.
He's just trying to get him in the bath.
Wait, who was the one that... Was it you? Who's... I think it might have been Vicky, or was it Alex? Somebody shared a TikTok, or maybe Michael. Basically, the story is that, like, all these, like, Disney characters live in a world where there's animals.
Mm-hmm.
And that Pluto... So, basically, Pluto can be, like, a human if he wants to, but he chooses to be a dog.
Yeah.
So, like, this whole time I'm watching this short, all I'm thinking of is, like,
He's a furry.
he's choosing to be a dog right now.
He's a furry.
Like, I'm
Yeah, he's a furry. Oh my
Every time
God.
he barks, I'm like, he's choosing to bark when he can just
So-
speak. Like,
Yep.
I don't know. It's just,
He's an anthropomorphic animal
In-
because they live in an anthropomorphic
So, like-
yeah.
universe.
I'm just, I couldn't stop thinking
In this
that.
setting, he can, like, speak if he wants to. He just chooses not to speak.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
That's
it
the
said that
theory.
at some point in some video or something, sorry, I was playing footsie.
You liked it.
Pluto did speak, and like, so it's basically saying like he can speak, he just chooses not to and act like a dog, basically.
Uh-huh. Because Goofy's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the time we were like, how come Goofy gets to, be a human dog, and then Pluto is just a dog, right? But it's his choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I support his choice.
I want to
If
be a
that's
dog
what he
too.
likes.
If he wants to be a dog, he's a dog.
Well,
But
then,
then
you
he
know
can't
what?
complain about.
I don't feel
Donald
bad
giving
for him
a
at all
bath.
in this.
Yeah.
He had it coming.
I mean, he
did have it
didn't-
coming.
He didn't even.
He didn't even get the bath.
No.
But he
Yeah.
did, yeah, that's
It
true.
was,
Spoiler
it was just
alert, he
9
didn't take a
minutes.
bath.
Yeah.
9 minutes of them running around water, and then for Donald to just get washed anyway.
I had to start this short at least, like, twice.
I watched it twice
Because
too.
I sat there for, like, a good 2 minutes watching, and then I realized I didn't write anything because, like, nothing...
You were waiting for
happened.
something like,
I kept waiting to write
good to
something
happen,
down,
yeah.
and nothing really happened. I was
I
like,
know.
okay, let me try again.
it's
Yeah.
over, and you're like, wait, that was it?
Yeah.
It was
I had to watch it
so-
again because when I got to the end, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
I had to. I didn't even like absorb anything.
Yeah. I feel the same.
Donald's Dog Laundry, released April 5th, 1940, rated TVG, and has a runtime on Disney Plus of 8 minutes and 34 seconds.
That's way too long.
It feels double that at the very least. Directed by Jack King, and voice work by Clarence Nash and Lee Miller. Alright. So, first up, why is this called Donald's Dog Laundry, and not Donald's, like, dog washer?
Because he hangs them up like
Because
laundry.
it's literally a laundry machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if there's
They
anything
But
to
it washes
discuss,
dogs.
Yeah.
board.
it's like what is that contraption that he's trying to wash him in that he ends up getting washed in at the end?
It's a dog laundry machine.
I know, but it's like what the hell is that?
Maybe
It
you
looks
could
like a
wash
torture
your
device.
dogs and laundry.
And then he was hung by his tushy.
Yeah.
And who wants to be hung by their tushy? Not
It still
me.
fits, though, because
I know.
maybe I'm alone. I call a washing machine a washer, though. Does nobody else do that?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
like, that would still make sense if you call it
Washer
Donald's Dog
dryer.
Washer. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, then it's like a play on words and go two ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Speaking of, this is off topic.
Okay.
Go
Throw
for it. Wait, is this about me?
When you are using the washing machine for your clothing, what do you say you're going to do?
Laundry.
The laundry?
Or you could say the wash.
That's what I say. I say I'm going to do a
And
load
it
of
makes
wash.
me fucking crazy.
Oh, I'll say a load of laundry, but
He
I
goes,
picked that up from my
I
mom.
gotta do wash.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
think
like,
it matters
No. I'm
like,
if
that
you have a
doesn't sound grammatically
dishwasher and
correct.
a laundry.
Well, I'm not putting my clothes in the dishwasher.
Well, no, because then what are you washing?
What do you
Clothes.
mean?
Dishes or your laundry?
no,
In the
because
dishwasher?
No, I'm just saying if someone doesn't have a dishwasher, they might say just doing the wash because that's the
Oh,
only
it's to avoid
machine they have.
confusion?
yeah,
But if you have a dishwasher, yeah, I'm gonna do the wash. Well,
Well, then I say
a
I-
sink full of dishes.
Well, then
or-
I say I'm going to do the dishes.
yeah,
yeah.
so then you're gonna do the laundry.
right.
No, I'm going to do the
Thank
wash.
you.
You can't use one thing for one.
No, because the laundry
it's the way
is the
he was
wash.
raised.
And the dishes are the dishes.
Does your mom call it the wash as well?
You're
Yeah, that's what
washing.
he said.
I just think it's so weird. He goes, "Oh, I gotta do wash," and I'm like, "No, you don't gotta do wash, you have to do laundry.
I gotta go
That's
do
what
that.
we have to do.
Yeah, like wash is a verb.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Yeah, so he has to go do it.
It just
I gotta
doesn't,
do
it
wash,
doesn't
I mean-
sit right.
Laundry is
How
a
come we're
noun.
allowing Pluto to be a dog because he wants to be a dog, but Dan can't do the wash?
Right here.
Sorry, again.
That's all right.
Why are you always so
Such a
supportive of
banger.
him?
You're sitting here more, so I can
Because,
just
you
go
know,
like
I
this
just
right
feel
here.
I also say laundry, but if that makes him happy to say wash, let him say wash.
I mean,
Dum Dum had to get a lizard, and here I am having to deal with it because it makes him happy.
Oh no.
what does that have to do with anything?
It's
Just-
I'm
Why you
just
gotta
saying,
bring, why
I'm
you gotta
saying,
bring Figgy the lizard?
Yeah,
Like,
leave
that
Figment
A
alone.
lot more
I'm
extreme
saying
than...
that I'm just supportive of everyone.
Well, look, the point is I call it
Feelings.
wash, and I'm not changing for any of you. So
Well, I would say
Just
I
fucking
wouldn't
deal
say I
with
would go
it.
check the. I wouldn't say I would go check the laundry like to see if it's done. I would check the wash to see if it was done.
So if you can use it there,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you use it for like
You're
I gotta do a
bilaundrial.
little wash?
Yeah, so I use my left hand and right hand for things, so I guess I could use both too for that.
You're ambidextrous.
Yes.
Well,
Bunch
pick a
of
side
freaks
and
as
stick
they
with
say.
it.
So we open up with Donald. He's reading instructions on how to assemble his build-your-own modern dog washer. That's
Ah.
what they call it.
Oh, so I guess that means he
Oh.
didn't invent it. I
I
thought
was
he
gonna say,
invented
yeah, I
it.
thought-
No,
you
somebody
mentioned
else. He ordered this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess I missed that when I was spacing out.
Unless he made instructions for his own invention. Which
Maybe he did.
That's kind of weird.
Well, you could sell the patent for it.
I guess you could. But anyway, it's a bathtub with ropes and contraptions all over.
It's basically Mousetrap.
It's a torture device.
A washing machine scrub, like a,
Like a
a
scrub board, yeah.
Yeah, you go into like your laundry room, and I guarantee something in the laundry room is in there that was on this machine.
Yeah.
It had everything. It had a plunger. I don't
Ironing
know why,
board.
but
S- anal glands.
yeah, probably.
Anal glands cleaner.
He puts on the finishing touches while Pluto sleeps nearby. Pluto eventually wakes up after nearly choking on like a leaf, and he just
Yeah.
like swallows it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he almost dies. It was great. After Donald finishes, he spots Pluto, and without any consent, he decides Pluto's going to be his first customer.
Oh boy.
Well, he was
So-
like messing in the dirt. He needed a bath.
That's true.
But here's okay. So it's already been established that Pluto is Mickey's dog, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So where is Mickey?
Why
why
is
is
Donald
dog
washing
sitting?
him? It's
why
not your
did
dog.
Donald purchase a dog washing contraption?
I don't
And
know.
he doesn't own a dog.
Maybe he's
But he-
sick
Maybe
to
it was
death.
gonna be a
He
business.
said it's his first
yeah.
customer, so.
So is this like a side hustle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Like
be a
he's-
business for him,
He's gonna
Well,
wheel
it's
this
just
around
a
the neighborhood.
hustle,
or he's gonna
because-
have the dogs come there.
Like I picture him like wheeling it around the neighborhood, like knocking on the door. Can I borrow your dog?
Get him-
Dog laundry.
Is your dog dirty?
Donald tells Pluto he's going to get a bath, and when Pluto sees what Donald has built, he tries to run away. He wants no part of this. Donald chases him down and he grabs him, and Pluto, like, he screams for his life.
Yeah.
I to go with what you were saying about like Pluto chooses to be a dog.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do believe that he can speak because he has like a legit man scream.
Yeah.
It's not a bark like of terror. It's literally a man going
Yeah.
So it like sneaks out when he's in like terror and like he screams for
Like
help.
that Egyptian mummy. Then.
Oh my god. Okay, pause. Have you all seen this with the Egyptian? They recreate the
All
noise.
right.
No.
This is worth pausing for.
It is.
What is it?
I'll
So
show you.
CBS News did a report like years ago,
Huh?
and they were able to piece together through like the bones of like an Egyptian mummy.
Okay.
They were able to piece together what it would sound like if an Egyptian made noise. It's not a lot of noise that they were able to get, but they recreated what they think an Egyptian sounds like.
Scientists were able to mimic Nessie Amun's voice by recreating his mouth and vocal cords with a 3D printer. It allowed them to produce a single sound.
Why?
Do it again.
It's just like a scream.
I gotta hear that again.
Scientists were able to mimic Nessie Amun's voice by recreating his mouth and vocal cords with a 3D printer. It allowed them to produce a single sound.
Imagine, like, that's just the way mummies were communicating with each other.
Like imagine dying and like 4,000
Oh
years
my
later,
God.
that's what they think you sounded like. That's the noise he made before he died.
Definitely fucking cursed.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for putting the mummy through like the X-ray machine, they're cursed.
Jesus Christ, it's funny.
Making them sound like that.
Yep.
That's how I'm gonna start greeting you, Michael.
The two of them wrestle each other for a while. Donald carrying Pluto on his back before Pluto flips the tables on him and he's pulling Donald on his back. He's able to escape, and he drags Donald, who is holding onto his tail, until they crash into the side of a doghouse, which Pluto then hides inside. Donald's getting growing increasingly frustrated, like he always does. He goes back to the dog laundry machine and grabs one of the built-in dog baits that comes with it. Do you know what it was? Anyone?
A bone, like a whistling bone.
Yeah.
It's
That was annoying.
Yeah, it's like a dog chew toy. It
Yeah.
whistles or whatever, and it's on a string. So he throws the bone out in front of the doghouse and tries to lure Pluto out. Pluto tries to grab the bone without leaving the house, and with just his paw, and Donald keeps pulling it back every time, trying to get him to, come over. Eventually, the toy gets stuck on, like, in between a rock or something like that, and it's very, very phallic looking. Just
I was gonna
bouncing,
say it's
wiggling
very
back and forth.
phallic-y.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought that was a penis.
It's just wiggling back and forth. That's a penis.
Funny.
Right, Michael?
Did say that.
He's like, yeah, I can confer. She didn't say that.
Yes.
Pluto continues to battle the chew toy for like
The
forever. It's like at least the whole short is just him battling this chew toy. Dildo, whatever. I'm gonna call it a chew toy.
A dog dough.
Listen,
Dog
it
dough.
could be both, alright? I don't
A
know.
Pluto.
Oh no.
Good job, Nels. I like that one.
Damn, like that, like the torture.
Yeah, Donald and Pluto, they have a tug of war over the...
Dog
Dog
toy.
toe.
The bone.
Okay, I didn't know what we settled on. Until eventually the string on the toy snaps and goes flying away for neither of them to have. Donald decides to try to use the other dog bait that the washer comes with, and this time it is a cat hand puppet. Yep. He fakes some meows to try to get Pluto out. He pretends that his hand is the cat, pretty convincingly too. It looks like really good, like a cat walking.
He was able to have the cat like
Yeah.
blow raspberries.
Yeah.
Can you just grab his ear?
Yeah.
Well, Pluto is a dog, therefore he hates cats.
Which I thought was so weird because I feel like, do dogs and cats really hate each other?
No.
No,
It's a myth.
they don't.
I know. So
Donald then puts his cat hand puppet into the bathtub and taunts Pluto to try to get him to jump in after it.
Yeah.
He even like sprays Pluto with soap, covering him all over. It's not really working. But the soap
At that
cause
point, didn't he have the bath already?
I
he's
know,
already
right?
got him
Yeah.
soaped up. Yeah, you might as well just dump a bucket on him or something.
Yeah.
Pluto starts to sneeze from all the soap, and Donald decides now's a good time to go grab him.
I know.
Mid sneeze.
He was like,
Yeah.
And that's when he
Donald
went.
comes like waddling out like,
I'm gonna get you.
And when he gets close to Pluto, Pluto sneezes, sending Donald into the bathtub to get washed.
Well, he's a duck, so.
But Pluto doesn't escape unharmed, because he goes flying backwards into like an electric pole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
And hits the
forgot- I was
switch
like-
for it.
I was like, what? I wasn't expecting that, poor thing.
I
I
know.
don't think they're that dangerous where if you just bump into it, you just get
Well, he was
electric.
wet.
Maybe he
Yeah,
was wet. He was wet. He was a conductor.
but like,
And then he was like,
it's a little bit of a stretch if you ask me.
All right, why don't you try it and get back to us?
Okay, soap me up.
Soap me up.
Try what?
Lap me up.
Soap me up, Michael.
Hold up, I got some Dawn.
Go back to the bathtub and just start going crazy with the bubbles.
Donald in the bathtub now gets to see firsthand how his investment works. There's brooms and brushes scrubbing him. He's being held down against his will.
They wash his tushy.
They wash his tushy, yeah.
Powder on his
Sleep
bubble.
powder.
Yeah.
What dog wouldn't love this?
At that point, I would become a human.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I would start speaking right about now if I could. Please stop. He gets his ass powdered with flea powder, and he's hung up. To
Disney's just really into the butt stuff.
They really.
We talk about this every time.
There's
When we-
always a butt reference.
When we first started noting this, I thought it was just like, yeah, all right, coincidence.
Like us being kind of weird.
It is, yeah, it
But
is
it's
literally
every
every short.
single-
There's
Yeah.
something with the ass in it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like the one we're gonna get to, Two Away.
there's more. Yeah,
Who is an
She was
ass
like-
man? Who was the ass animator? Because
Kramer.
Yeah, one of them
Kramer is the
definitely
ass
was an
man.
ass. They like.
yeah.
So it works. Donald isn't upset from all this. He's just happy that his investment.
Yeah, as he's hanging from the laundry line.
Yeah.
Blowing out bubbles.
Yeah.
Breathing out bubbles, literally. He's like...
He said it worked perfectly.
Yeah. So he got his money's worth, I
So
guess.
good for you, Donald.
Yeah. And the short comes to an end with him laughing and happy with what he went through, I guess.
Pinned to a laundry line.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great.
Someone get me down.
5 stars.
Can I get some help here,
Oh,
Pluto?
you're joking, right?
I'm joking.
Okay, good.
I just thought it was not entertaining. And I hated that at the end, Pluto did not get a bath.
Yeah.
He didn't get a bath.
Did it
And he got
Electrocuted. Electrocuted.
This short
What's it called? Electrocuted.
electrocuted. This short was not made for people to review like 80 years from after it was made.
Yeah.
Because like half this short is just Donald and Pluto like fighting each other.
They were just bored. You know what else I was thinking? Because we watched, I recently watched not the Space 220 vlog, the other vlog, and we reviewed briefly the Mickey's Philhar Magic, and Alex was like, yeah, I love Donald now. He's so cool. And then I watched this short, and I was like, oh, fucking Donald. Like, either, I don't know. Do we love him? Do we hate him? I can't decide.
I don't know. Maybe like we'll progressively, because I even think this week alone he's much more likable. He's not perfect in the other one.
Other one, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Donald. I just think that the shorts are not a good representation of him. I don't know.
No, he was like he's always the grumpy.
Oh, his other one was pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. Like
But
But
that.
he was grumpy in
It's the
there.
But-
top one,
yeah.
But it was. I thought that one was.
He's
funny.
usually the butt of the joke. You know.
Yeah.
Well, not.
Get it? The butt?
Yeah. That's not what I was going for, but okay. Next up is Tugboat Mickey.
Tell us how you really feel.
Is
Nils.
that intentional or?
I mean, I was in the middle of yawning, but I also, not because I'm tired, not because this is putting me to sleep, because I'm just tired in general. But, yeah, so it was semi-intentional, I guess.
Okay.
Well, this one was a little stupid.
This one made no sense.
Like I agree. Yeah,
I
like
started this one and I had to restart this one.
This was another rough one.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
watching. Like,
SOS.
are you guys really that dumb? I
SOS.
know you're like
Yes, they
human
are.
animals, but like.
But also, isn't Donald like a fucking sailor?
Okay.
Does he not?
But it's
I-
Mickey. It's Mickey's tug.
Well, listen.
But then at the
It's
end,
still
when you
working.
find out,
My thing
Yeah.
was.
Uh-huh.
My
and you're
thing-
like, "Are you kidding me?"
My thing was, I was like, first of all, is not Donald a captain? Because why is it not his boat? And then I said something else, but I can't remember what the other thing was. But I agree with you. He should have known.
No, something.
Yeah.
Tugboat Mickey is up next. This is Mickey Mouse Short 107, which I feel like that should give you an idea of just how many shorts are missing for
Thank
Disney
God.
Plus.
Yeah, that was like what was the last
This is
one?
like the
80
I don't know. This
something?
has to be like the 7th or 8th one that we've done, and we're already up to
Yeah.
107. So
Mm-hmm.
the trio of Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy. We've seen them appear together in just about like every short now. The three of
Yeah.
them together. They've done Lonesome Ghosts, which we did. Boat Builders. They've been in a ton.
Clockwork one.
Yep.
This is the final short in which Mickey, Donald, and Goofy will appear as a trio together.
Oh no.
After this, they're all appearing in their own shorts. Like we've already seen Donald appear in his own shorts.
Has Goofy had his own short?
Well,
yet?
Goofy, we're gonna get to. He's got a lot of those like how-to videos where you got.
I
Like,
love those.
Yeah, you got like the narrator, like how to play football or whatever, and it's just
Oh.
Goofy enacting.
You've definitely
everything.
seen some where
They used
he's
to
like
play
the
them.
one person who's like playing baseball and he plays all the positions and the dialogue is like the announcer.
They used to do them a lot on the Magical Express. They used to have those.
Oh, maybe.
If you see it, you'll be like, oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Speaking of Goofy, did he sound different than anyone?
Did he talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, he talked. He was in the what do you call that downstairs?
With the coal and
Yeah.
stuff,
Oh.
but I feel like he just like grunted and got frustrated.
And left.
Well, if he did sound different, it's because it's not Pinto Colvig.
Oh, because
Oh.
he did say something when he said something about the gas.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know.
I didn't recognize it. I mean, I guess now that you say something, I'm like, oh, maybe.
Pinto Colvig, he's been the voice of Goofy this whole time that we've seen him.
What happened?
He was actually voiced by Danny Webb here. Danny Webb would voice Goofy for a brief time, starting in 1939. And this is his second appearance as Goofy.
Do we know why?
Yeah. He would voice him for 3 more shorts, and with the last one being in 1941, and then Pinto Colvig actually comes back.
Oh, good. I was worried he died.
No, he actually ended up having a falling out with Walt Disney.
Oh.
And left the studio. The belief is over distribution profits from the
Could see
shorts and what what his compensation was for being the voice of Goofy. I guess he didn't feel like it matched how much money these shorts were
He
making,
will
and him
make
being
Goofy a dog, like Pluto.
he will start
I
barking
the
once I get more
drama?
money. He would then be offered a job with Fleischer Studios doing numerous voice animations. Probably the most notable one is Bluto from the Popeye.
Yeah.
But he would eventually make amends with Disney not long after, and
Good.
he would return,
You were
and
worried.
his first voice work, because he also does the voice of Pluto sometimes too, and he would return in 1941 Canine Academy, Canine Caddy, but this one is Danny Webb, not Pinto Colvin.
Interesting.
Released April 26, 1940, and rated TVG with a runtime on Disney Plus of 8 minutes and 8 seconds. Directed by Clyde Geronimi. Voice work by Walt Disney, Clarence Nash, and, like we mentioned, Danny Webb. Okay, so we open up with a tugboat docked as Mickey, Donald, and Goofy sing and clean the boat. So not only the butt stuff, but I feel like this is like the 10th short that we've had with boats.
I was gonna say there's
Yeah.
so many
Because
boats.
every single time I'm like, I don't know what this part of the boat is called, and then I'm like, we've
no, he's
discussed
like-
this at least 10
The boat
times.
deck.
I don't
I
know
thought
what
I
any of
would
it is.
never need to know this
Yeah.
again, and
Yeah.
here we are with
We'll
another
never be
freaking
boat
boat.
experts, but it's okay.
I just can't pick up my boat lingo, no matter how many times I try. Mickey's on top.
The mast?
The mast. I knew that one. I know that one. I remember. He's repainting it.
Okay, wait.
Is it paint
What?
or like
Paint.
like
Was it
stain?
stain?
Yeah, stain.
Like what? And
shellac.
what was in
Varnish,
it?
yeah.
Because
The bird was eating it.
Wouldn't that bird die?
right? Why was
There
the
was-
bird intoxicated from it?
There's a pelican on top of the mast who's sleeping, and he accidentally eats the bucket of
Whatever.
Tarnish or whatever
tarnish,
it is.
paint, bronzer, whatever it is, and
Bronzer.
he eats Mickey's brush as
Yeah,
well.
Rude.
And when he
Has a
wakes up,
mustache.
he's drunk.
Yeah, but like I don't get it.
Yeah, why? Wouldn't he be dead?
I think if
DEA
you
dead.
didn't we look this up, like you can be like kind of intoxicated.
Oh,
from, like,
you know what you said? You said paint fumes
Make you like high.
make you high, but I
Fumes,
feel like that's
yeah.
only if you breathe them in, not if
I
you
also
eat
don't
them.
think it was paint because Mickey was just painting over like
yeah,
the
it didn't.
hardware.
It
and
didn't look
stuff.
like paint. I think it was some kind of varnish or like a stain. In which case, the fumes would get you high, but
Not drinking it.
not drinking it. I feel like drinking it would make you vomit.
By the way, not just the bronzer, paint, or whatever, the bucket too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bird eats the bucket
Well,
as
he's
well.
a
Yeah.
It's
pelican.
swallowed,
He's
yeah.
got a big old mouth.
He's
Um,
hungry.
He hiccups and he stumbles along the mast on top before colliding into Mickey.
Rude.
The pelican looks exactly like Donald,
Yeah.
except with a big beak, like a
Yeah.
pelican beak. It looks like the exact same like design too. Like they just
Yeah.
took one beak off and just swapped in another
They
beak.
probably
too.
did, lazy.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Reuse an animation. How dare they?
How dare you be
Disney
resourceful.
never does
How
that.
dare you be resourceful?
It's not like Minnie Mouse is basically a clone of Mickey with a bow.
Damn.
Oh, we'll get into
Eyelash.
also
Yeah, we'll-
laziness later.
Yup.
From down below on deck, the radio plays an SOS message calling all ships, alerting them that the steamship Gigantic, get it? Gigantic, Titanic.
That's why it's like it's
That's there,
Titanic.
Yeah.
When did Titanic sink?
1912.
Yep. Before this.
So before this.
Don't you think at like 30 years later, it's like, ooh, that's a little
it's
risky,
little,
Disney.
A little touchy.
30.
They didn't care back then. They gave no fucks.
Mickey hears the alert and he rushes down to assemble the crew for a rescue. All hands are on deck. He says, we'll need Goofy too. So, I don't know if Goofy's like not normally part of the crew, but he specifically said Goofy too.
Well, probably because Goofy's usually in the steam room, so he probably doesn't do upper deck stuff.
So he brought him back on deck and then he went
go
back down.
back down.
Yeah.
They both went back down. Yeah.
Stupid.
Down below the deck, Goofy opens up the steam valve and Donald cranks the lever to start the ship, but it has no power. Goofy sees the dial on the steam level and says that it's low. He then proceeds to have like a 5-minute battle with the furnace door.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, is that
That boat was
is that
alive.
Haunted? Yeah,
That
it was
boat was
alive.
alive.
Yeah.
The boat didn't want anyone saved today.
Yeah.
Because
You were dying out
that
at
boat was
sea.
alive.
I will not let
Because
anyone.
The
The boat
ocean will
spoke.
claim your soul.
Yeah.
It did. The boat did speak. I thought it was freaky as
Uh-huh.
fuck.
Yeah. He keeps trying to shovel coal inside, and every time he goes to, the door closes.
No.
Yeah, we're not going
No,
anywhere.
my
And
house.
then it would open again, but when it would see Goofy approach, it would shut, and I'd be like,
Yeah, outright taunting him,
rude.
too.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Donald isn't much better. He jumps onto the steam valve and like tries to get it started manually.
This is why it's good to have subtitles, because you don't know that it speaks unless you have like the sub captions.
There's
on.
also later where the subtitles just flat out give up in the next short on Donald. They just give up at one point.
Oh yeah.
The steam valve then has a battle with
Well,
Donald.
the gear comes off.
The gear comes off.
And he's trying to like the nut.
The nut, I think
Yeah,
it
it comes
was.
off, and like so he's trying to like get it back, and it's like pulling him back. Yeah, it's
Every time he tries
it's
to
like fuck you.
It literally was like.
it's hissing at him every time he tries
no,
to
it
reconnect.
spoke
It
words.
did. I think it said it was like
Fuck
because
you.
he was like oh yeah, and it was like oh yeah, like in a hiss, and I was
and
like
it was like says you.
yeah
says you,
yeah.
right?
Disney loves those two expressions. Every
Oh,
short
yeah.
has "oh yeah" and "says you."
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Like the Kool-Aid
Yeah.
Brought to you by our new sponsor,
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
I fucking wish.
Yeah. I fucking wish Dan said so. Oh my god.
Goofy continues to try to get more steam for the boat. His pants get like caught on this like lever that dumps coal
Yes.
for them to shovel. And he gets
Alex is shaking her head.
He gets
like,
a
what the
load in his
fuck?
The whole
pants.
thing was just
Yeah.
stupid.
it gets caught on his pants, and he goes to get a running start to shovel coal into the because that was the problem. He wasn't getting enough momentum behind his heaves.
Yeah.
And when he starts to run, the lever like rips half the wall like down, and just a whole bunch of coal dumps into
I don't
his
think it
pants.
rips the wall. I think
No,
it's just like
it's a chute.
chute.
It rips the chute off.
It's a cold chute, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it rips the chute off.
Does it really? Oh, I didn't notice
Yeah,
that.
because
I thought,
just
all that
opened it.
coal.
I thought it just opened it and it,
Yeah.
it came down
That's
with
what
the
I thought
momentum.
too.
Well,
He ends up with a shit ton of coal.
he's
in his
got
pants.
his pants are filled with coal,
He was a bad boy this
He
Christmas.
was.
and with a full head of
Naughty
steam,
So
he
bad.
runs towards the furnace, but his pants are ahead of him. Like he's
It
got
was so stupid.
he's got too much momentum, and he just goes flying into the furnace with the coal,
Yep.
and now he's inside.
Oh, smells like gas in
Yeah,
here.
but then it looks like he didn't even realize. Like he was like, ooh, and then just
Yes, let me let
Yeah, let me let-
yeah. Like, are you stupid? Were you born yesterday? I wouldn't even do that.
He lights a match from inside the furnace, and just the whole thing fucking explodes.
As she says,
As
it
it smells like gas.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you...
Well,
He said that because he's like, oh, it smells like gas, and he takes a match, and
And
I'm
he's
like,
Can't see.
it was like a split second later. I was like, is this thing gonna explode now? Because he's sitting in there with a lit match,
oh,
and
it
then,
did.
then it explodes.
Yeah, it did.
Darn.
Well, now the ship has plenty of steam, and it's overpowering the pipes. The valve that Donald was battling, it reattaches itself, but it gets like caught underneath his like shirt.
Yeah.
So
He's
Donald
like-
is like now trapped on this valve, and he's just getting like
Going,
slammed back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like riding a mechanical bull.
Yeah, pretty much.
Steam in his face.
yeah. The tugboat's just got like unlimited power now.
It hates them.
It's still docked like to the deck, but like
He was stuck for some reason.
yeah, but it's got so much power it just rips the deck off with it, and they go out to sail out into the water.
The SOS thing, I think, was still going off.
Yeah,
the SOS message.
Last call. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean last,
Last
call?
call.
Last call for what?
For
The
help?
ship's still going down.
They're
Everyone
closing
had
up
to
shop. They're gonna
die.
give up after a while. Like somebody come save these people. If not, just let me know so I can stop doing this. So Mickey desperately tries to steer the boat. He's crashing into everything. The SOS signal's going crazy. Down below, the furnace in the ship, that's also out of control. The furnace explodes like even more, causing the ship to just break apart into a million pieces.
Darn.
And in the rubble, in the water, the trio crash, and they're like holding on to debris, trying to stay afloat. And the radio luckily didn't blow up. That survived.
Yep.
Because
Thank God.
the radio is calling out for help as it's slowly sinking.
I know.
It declares that the ship is also sinking. And then another male voice comes on the radio and informs everyone, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the final episode of the sinking of the steamship. It was all a ruse.
I was.
It was a
So,
radio show.
I was like,
I watched
Excuse
this
me, what?
before Alex, and I'm sitting there knowing this is gonna happen. I was like, "You're gonna hate the ending." And she's listening. She's like, "It was a radio show? Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, it was
wasted
terrible.
all
I
this
was
time.
like, this is so stupid! It was stupid. I didn't
Yeah.
like that one.
Oh my
I
God.
don't
Yeah.
know either.
Uh,
I mean, it's
that
better.
one I didn't like.
I think it was better than the Donald's dog laundry one, but
I think so,
didn't like
too.
that one.
Yeah.
The trio didn't like it either. They drowned the radio.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Yeah, Mickey's out a boat. Damn.
Again.
Again.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, I watched it after the laundry one, and I thought it was better than that. So I think by that regard, I was like, okay, this is a little better.
Still wasn't good.
There's so much chaos.
At least it had a story, though.
Yeah.
The other one
Right,
didn't
it's
really
just
have a story.
chaos.
Yeah,
All
it's
of them
8
were
minutes of
chaotic
chaos.
today.
Yeah.
But I will say, I didn't really notice it was a different voice for Goofy.
No,
I didn't
So,
either.
Did a good job.
Yep. Very good.
I hope Mickey has a good insurance
Yep.
company. They're gonna drop him soon.
Yeah.
I'm
Honestly.
gonna do the voice.
Oh my
of
god,
Goofy
could you
soon.
imagine explaining that to your insurance company? I was
I
listening to a
thought we
radio
were-
show.
we were
Trying to save a shit.
My
That
my
wasn't thinking.
my employee lit a match in the
In the
furnace
furnace.
with gas.
Oh.
Mr. Duck steps out. I thought this was better than the other two.
I fucking hated this one.
Really?
This was one of
There
my
are
favorites.
so many
I was-
issues
I
I,
like
had
this
with this
one.
This was one of
I
my
was
favorites
laughing a
because it
lot.
was just like kind of raunchy. in a way.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah,
Michael's
Well-
into the kink. Okay.
Yeah, like, oh, alrighty.
we don't kink shame here.
That's
Okay.
true. We don't. You're right.
First and foremost, welcome Daisy Duck.
Yes.
Was this her first one?
This is our first time seeing
Oh,
her.
okay.
But this is the second time she's been seen ever, and the first time as Daisy Duck.
Well, she looked terrible.
I was gonna say she looked.
I mean, she looked like
little-
Donald Duck with a bow.
With eyelashes.
And eyelashes, yeah.
She sounded great too, didn't she?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
She
Yeah.
sounded like Donald.
It was terrible.
Almost like
Was
to
it
be
the
related.
same? Wait,
Yeah.
was it
Twins.
was it the same voice actor?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, it is.
Okay, so Daisy, if you don't know, I don't know how you don't know, she's Donald's love interest for years. And this is the first time that we're seeing her as Daisy Duck, and this would be her first appearance as Daisy Duck. She appears one other time before this, but her name is Donna Duck.
Ew.
Yeah, and her
Daisy's
appearance,
so much better.
and her appearance was a little different too. She looked even more like Donald, than,
Oh.
like old Donald too.
Yeah.
When he like really looked like a duck.
Wait, are they married already? Because they have the same last name. Daisy Duck.
Are
Donald
Mickey
Duck.
and
I don't
married?
think so.
Your last name's whatever animal you are. All right, Pluto dog, Goofy dog.
Is
Is that
it
Goofy's last
Goofy
name?
Dog?
He is
Is it-
Goofy dog, yeah.
It is Goofy
Really?
Dog?
Isn't he?
I thought so.
No, Goof.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's
Because
Goofy
Max
Goof.
is Max Goof.
Yep.
He's Goofy Goof.
Okay.
Dog would have been better.
Yeah, I agree. What the
He has
frick?
several names that you were right with dog on one of them.
I thought he was
He's
Goofy Dog.
George Geef, Goofus D Dog,
Goofus D
D-A-W-G,
I saw
Wow.
that.
and GG Goof.
I guess his name changed over the years.
He's gone into witness protection.
Yeah.
A couple times.
Well, no, I
He's
was
trying to hide
reading-
from
I think,
Mickey.
like, he had a real name, but then when they came out with the Goofy movies and stuff, like, then they were like, oh, because his son was Max
Max.
Well-
Goof, and his dad's name was something.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was-
his first name was Dippy Dog, right? Didn't we review
Oh
that?
yeah.
Dippy Dog.
Oh yeah.
That's what he first appears as.
Yeah.
Crazy.
In the
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't remember, but
the
sure.
one that was like a play or whatever.
Yeah.
I
You can go
remember,
back
yeah.
and listen.
I
Yeah.
probably will have to.
Well, Daisy sounds a little different, doesn't she? This isn't really the voice that we're used to for Daisy.
Yeah. No, she sounds like Donald.
Yeah,
she
that's
is.
because they didn't have a voice actor for her yet. So Clarence Nash, who does the voice of Donald, and
Couldn't have changed it up just a hair.
no, he did the same voice. He's like, "Look, I got one duck voice. All right, you're getting it. This is it."
Okay.
He didn't even try to do a different
Nope.
voice. He
Not
just
even.
did his Donald
Not
voice.
even more high pitch. Nothing.
It was just Donald talking to Donald at the time.
Yep.
Yeah, if you weren't watching, you wouldn't know, like, who.
If you close your
Yeah.
eyes, you'd have no clue who
Yeah.
was who.
You'd be
it
like,
is.
why is Donald talking to himself?
Yeah.
Released June 7th, 1940, rated TVG on a runtime of Disney Plus of 8 minutes and 31 seconds. Directed again by Jack King, and voice work by Clarence Nash,
He does Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
and Clarence Nash.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I can see why Pinto Colvig had a problem with Disney and like getting paid. Clarence Nash is doing 5 voices here, and he's like
Yeah.
getting one salary for it. We open up with Donald in his house preparing for a date. He's got a framed photo of Daisy.
Creepy.
I know, if it's just a date, you already got a photo of her. And, like, back then it wasn't that easy to develop pictures, I'm sure. You had to, like,
what'd you have
Yeah.
someone paint a picture of her fucking
Yeah.
weirdo? Anyway.
This is all he's got planned today. This is it. He's not in his typical sailor outfit. He's got like
Yeah.
It's
all
like
dressed
it's
up.
like the
It's
what's that day? The
Dapper Day.
Dapper Day.
Yeah, it's like a green
Which I think is
plaid
today,
jacket.
actually.
Is it?
Oh, is it?
Or yesterday, yeah.
He's in a great mood for a change. I feel like we never see Donald in a good
Because
mood.
he's going on a date with his girl.
Yeah, he's moving
Was
around.
it a date? Because it seems a little more like a booty call to me.
He grabs his cane and a box of chocolates, and he gets ready to leave.
A real gentleman.
Yeah. This is where I was talking about where Disney Plus just gave up on trying to translate what Donald says. It just says in the captions, exclaims. When he says something to the camera with no idea what he says.
I don't remember that.
Like, alright, true. Okay. Donald does this, like, amazing jitterbug dance from his bedroom all the way downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, and he's just, like, looking right at you the whole time as he just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's wagging his finger the whole time. Donald's going on a date. He's looking sharp. He's all happy. And this is where I started to realize what was going to happen, because the door downstairs opens, and I'm like, oh no. I know who's coming out of this door. And it's fucking Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
They live
I
with
love
him?
them.
I hate them.
Do they live
Why?
with, no, did
they
they
live
live with them?
I guess he was just watching them.
Yeah,
maybe.
he's just watching.
Hanging
He was
out.
watching them and he was
And
just
make
like,
plans
I'm
to
gonna
leave them
lock you
home?
guys in this bedroom.
Yeah, I could watch them. I just got a date, but
Yeah, right, but-
they'll be
Yeah.
fine.
You know.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie are here, and
Still in their old original colors.
yep, they're here to ruin everything.
Oh my God. I like them.
They just remind me of the Three Little Pigs. So like,
Yeah,
I just
you're
can't
right.
stand
That's
them.
probably what they're based off of.
Yeah, but they're dressed the same way as Donald, and they're dancing like him too behind him, and
I
they
know.
follow him out the door, doing the same dance. And when Donald realizes this, he puts them back in the house, and they want to come with him
Yeah.
as a third,
Obviously.
fourth, and fifth wheel on his date. Donald ends up. How does Donald get rid of them?
I thought it
Lines
was.
them up like he was gonna leave, right?
Well,
He
what
was
is
like-
he,
he
where,
was-
March backwards.
so where do they march it to?
Right into the closet.
He locks him in a closet.
Then they
Like,
saw
that's
themselves
good
out.
babysitting skills.
But did you notice after he left, like after he locked him in the closet and he left the front door wide open?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Well.
it's like maybe
Low
someone will come
crime
steal
area.
these dudes.
Yeah.
Maybe someone will let him out when they rob
Yeah.
the place.
Well, Donald traps him in the closet. He locks the door when they're in there. But they get out.
They saw themselves out.
They
Yeah.
saw a
Freaking
hole
out the
in
whole
the back of the
I see what you did
house.
there. They saw themselves out.
Ah, very good.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're at Daisy's house. Donald is doing the same dance the whole way. He went from his house to Daisy's just doing this same dance down the street
He
the
was
whole
just
way.
really happy.
He was.
He was gonna get laid.
Yep.
Oh god.
I mean,
Yeah, that's why it was so weird.
Daisy
I was
wanted
like,
it. You could tell.
Yeah.
this is a booty call. This ain't a date. He's going right to her house.
No, it's not a booty call because he had a picture of her, so they're definitely.
He's like the old
dating.
school.
And he had
Tinder
chocolate,
swindler.
you know. I
Yeah.
guess so. Wouldn't waste money on no bitch.
Donald rings the doorbell, but Huey, Dewey, and Louie are already there, and they answer the door. Donald chases the three of them inside the house and corners them before Daisy Duck makes her first appearance.
So they broke in. Cool.
They did. Yeah, I guess Daisy didn't realize they were here, and she was just fine with Donald letting himself in. The door's unlocked. Just come on, and I'll be upstairs.
yeah.
I'll be waiting.
Yeah. Daisy thinks it's sweet that Donald brought his nephews with him on their date, booty call, whatever we're calling this. Donald gives the kids some money to go get ice cream.
And they're all
a
like,
quarter.
ice cream!
He gives them money to go get ice cream while Uncle Donald's going to put the moves on Daisy.
And they're over there like,
Hey, Toots.
Donald, listen. Donald is
He was
not
smooth.
He's not playing the clock here. He's
Nah.
here for one thing and one thing
Yeah.
only. He sits next to on the couch to Daisy. And
Yup.
his
Hey, Toots, how about you give me a kiss?
Exactly.
Is the date just gonna at her house?
this date is 5 seconds old, and Donald already's like, "Why don't you plant me a kiss?" So like right now.
Just putting the moves
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I'm just like.
And then she turns away.
Well, she shoves
gets
him.
cold.
She shoves him away, but then she like.
But she
flirts-
puts her back on. She's like,
But then
Yeah,
she.
But she like
But she
shakes
was
her
like-
ass like, yeah, give it to me
And
here.
like, back
Like,
up.
what?
Yeah.
She wags him. She with her
Yeah.
tail feathers like,
Sorry.
"Get
Come
over
get
here."
me.
It's all right.
Yeah.
ew.
It was so confusing. I was like, just kiss the men!
No, she
Why are you
can't.
playing
She's
hard to
playing
get?
Yeah.
Well,
You have a minimal amount of time before Huey, Dewey, and Dummy get back.
You were doing it, dummy.
they were not about to see their uncle get any action because they're already back, and they forced themselves between Donald
And
and,
they
Daisy.
sit on the couch with the ice cream.
Like, Daisy just makes it so cute. Like, she's like, oh.
Yeah, but have you ever you know how children are
Yeah, they're messy. I wouldn't let them on my couch.
on
with ice
the
cream.
couch with ice cream.
How
cream, you would
old
just
are
sit
they?
outside.
They're
Like-
little.
Probably like I don't know,
7,
6 or
8.
7. Yeah.
And They're allowed to
Old
like
enough to get
run
ice
out the
cream on
door, run down the block,
Kids used to be able to do
stay home alone.
Kids used to be able to do whatever.
They
Yeah.
clearly have the ability to use a saw.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
going to get ice cream.
So I was
is
like, how
really-
old is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Eating ice cream out of a cone on the couch.
yeah.
Killed me. It killed me.
When they get back on the couch, they shove Donald off the couch, and he like falls into the radio, and the radio starts playing this like upbeat jazz music. So Donald asks Daisy for a dance, and the two like jitterbug. They do swing dance together. One of the nephew cuts in
Yeah.
on Donald, and he hands Donald his ice cream so Donald can dance with the ice cream. While
So then what does Donald do? Throws it on the floor, making a fucking wreck of this bitch's house.
know.
What are you doing?
It's a slab kebab.
Yeah, like you come over unannounced, you
Rude.
break in, you bring kids, and then you just you mess it up. You throw ice cream on the floor.
You-
Yeah, and now she's got to clean it up because it's 1940 and men don't clean.
this house, like among everything going on, this house is slowly getting destroyed, and Daisy
Trash.
has no clue.
Well, Donald has a hole in his house.
But even
He
at
does
the
have a hole in
end,
his-
like, well,
and
to
the
that,
door
but
open,
even
so
at
who
the
knows
end, she
what
doesn't
else.
even seem to give a single crap that the
No.
house is trash.
Yeah.
So it's like wild.
Yeah.
It's like they came in, they trashed your house, and you're just like, I love you. Like,
No.
get the hell out of here. You trashed your house. So does little gremlin nephews.
Did we mention this is the exact same voice as Donald the whole time?
Yes.
So yeah,
Weird.
Donald keeps trying to cut back in, get his nephews
And
out of
she's
there.
really just being nice because like
Yeah.
the kids are there and she's accepted it. She's like, all right, I ain't getting any dick tonight.
Yeah.
It is what it is. The kids are here, and like Donald's like still trying, and it's like just own it, man.
Just give it up, dude.
It's over.
The trio, they concoct this like plan to cut back in on Daisy. So they tangle Donald up in like a tiger rug. Now I don't know if Daisy is like a big game hunter. I don't know what she did. She's got this like
Yeah,
7-foot tiger rug with the head
She's the
still
next
there.
Tiger King.
Yeah.
He then takes the rug and wraps up his nephews and throws them into the kitchen, wrapped up in it, and resumes dancing. One of the nephews finds like a corn,
Yeah, like popcorn. It's
Yeah.
in a
Corn
bag.
on the cob. Oh.
It's corn on the cob in a bag, and it says popcorn on it.
This killed me.
Okay.
This
Like
really
popping
sent me. I
corn.
was
No,
Right,
it was just a
Michael?
cob.
wasn't
No,
I
it
struggling?
said
What?
popcorn on the bag.
No, because the cob goes into Donald's
Yeah, I
mouth.
remember there was.
No.
There was definitely a cob. I feel
Yeah,
like
it
was
was.
corn on the cob.
It was a cob.
Oh,
it
what
was
were
a
you saying?
corn on the cob,
Yeah,
and
but
the
it
bag
started going
said
up
Popcorn.
off, like,
popcorn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you
Thank
meant like
you.
a
Yeah.
bag of
Nobody
popcorn.
fucking listens to me. All right, Michael does. It's all
I
good.
remember
Thank
seeing
you.
the corn on the cob. I didn't remember the bag. That's why.
Yeah,
the bag
yeah.
said-
Think
the
about what
bag said
happened next.
popcorn.
I must have said popcorn because something was popping.
Because it was like made for popping on the corn.
So you
on
put the
cob.
corn on the cob and put the corn cob in the bag.
Yeah, and then you, I don't know what the fuck you do. Do
You
it.
launch it at Donald.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Because as it starts popping, they launch the cob at Donald, who swallows it whole.
Yep.
There was must have been a lot of kernels on that. corn
It was
cob.
popping forever.
Yeah.
Once it was
Yeah.
down
And at the
Donald's
beginning,
throat.
I was like, "Is it coming out of his ass or his mouth?" Because I cannot tell.
Oh, every hole.
I had
Yeah.
no idea where it was coming out of. Eventually,
Holy
then it was.
Every hole.
Popcorn starts popping inside Donald, and it's shooting out of everywhere.
that was killing
And
me.
His body
I
is
was like
Yeah.
really laughing
his
on the
body
couch, like.
his body is spasming all over the place. The boys actually take this opportunity to grab like a bunch of instruments from like Daisy's closet or attic or whatever.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't even look like instruments.
Well,
They
they
looked like
weren't.
household tools.
Yeah.
One of them is playing two plungers.
Yeah. Why have more than one plunger in your house?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just two toilets.
I mean,
Two bathrooms.
For when
Yes.
Donald comes over.
yeah. I don't know.
You got your plunger and then the guest plunger.
I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah. One of the other
Maybe
boys.
she has a poop knife too.
A poop knife, yeah.
A what?
Oh, you
Poop
never
knife.
heard of the
You
poop
never
knife?
You never heard of a poop knife?
No.
President have it as a kid.
I didn't know you heard of the poop
What, you have to
knife.
cut like the poop in half if it's
Because it
too
doesn't
big?
go down.
I mean, like,
yeah.
I will. Wait a minute. I need to make this clear. I've never used a poop
No,
knife.
me either.
I just know what it is.
I know what it is too.
People
'cause
make videos about them.
Yeah.
when I
That's kind
go-
of funny.
They sell like an actual, like an advertised poop knife. It's like a thing in a package. I'm not even kidding. I saw it on TikTok the other day. And I read the first time I found out about it. I was reading like something on Instagram, I think, and it was a story, and it was about this like family. that
I know this story.
the mother like
Yep.
she's like, my whole family just takes like giant shits, and so we have like a kitchen knife.
Oh, I feel
That-
like I know this story
Yeah,
too.
and she's like, yeah, we just like use it, and they also didn't like use toilet paper. They used like a communal rag type of situation, and like,
Ew.
Yeah.
They just must have bad water pressure. I don't know, like when they flush.
I mean, I would imagine that they just are a family that just happens to
Big
eat
juices,
a lot,
yeah.
and they take very large craps. I don't know.
We find it over there.
Poop knives?
Yeah.
Oh, literally?
Do you need one?
No, I just wanted to see what it looked like.
Oh my
Alex's
God.
face.
So the cob goes into Donald's body and it's popping inside him. And
To the beat of
So
the
weird.
music.
yeah, I know. Daisy thinks that Donald's just a really good dancer and that his body's spasming all over the place and like, wow, this guy.
You
He's
got the
got
move.
moves.
Yeah. And she keeps trying to keep up with him as he's just like flailing all around. They keep dancing, and Popcorn just keeps shooting out of him. They dance up the walls. They're like going everywhere.
She's tied into the curtain.
Yeah, she spins into the curtains, right?
She's like, wow.
He's romantical.
Donald ends up with his ass in front of the fireplace.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Eats it
that's
up
what I'm
more.
saying. Like, it's not even just us at this point. It's literally everywhere. It causes his butt to heat up, and the popcorn starts popping inside him even more, like violently now.
Violent popping corn in the
it's,
butt.
It's just out of control now.
Oh my god.
The two end their dance, spinning all around. They go crashing through. What do you call those things? That like
cabinet?
no, it's like when you dress behind them.
Oh, like a dressing, like
Like it's like a
Curtain?
like a
Dress
wall.
curtain
It's like a
thing?
just whatever.
Dressing
yeah,
room.
I forget what it's called, but
They go crashing through that, and they end up crashing into the china cabinet cupboard thing, whatever. Daisy's house is just destroyed now. But she's happy. She loves Donald's dance. She says, "What a jitterbug," and she hugs Donald among her destroyed
chaos.
home, and kisses him nonstop as the short comes to an end.
Plants one on him.
A rare win for Donald.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
You would think after all that happened, it would be an L, but he had a W.
He still, he
It
followed
was
through.
so chaotic, that one. But I couldn't stop laughing because I was like, what the F is happening? The popping corn,
dressing
the
screen.
crashing, everything was just...
There you go.
What was it called?
A dressing screen. I'm really sorry to interrupt.
No,
It just
it's
came to
okay.
me.
But yeah, that was a crazy one.
I like this one, which I feel like is a lot to say
I like
when
this one
it's Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
I like Huey, Dewey, and Louie, so I liked it for that. This was the
I like it in
this
spite of
was the one that this one was my least
Hated?
hated.
Yeah.
It was the
stupid.
It was
Really?
it was the least
The next
stupid.
one is my least.
Well, the next one I feel like is not new for me because I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. Where have you
Really?
seen it? On Magical Express?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so.
That one was funny.
Because
I
I know
remember
I've seen
that
it like a lot.
Did we watch Mickey's trailer?
Yes.
Okay, that's why I swore had to watch that one this time, but I was like, no, I
No,
watched
that
it.
one we saw already.
Right.
But this is Mr. Mouse Takes a Trip. You ever see there's footage of Walt, like, doing the voice of Mickey?
Yeah.
That's from this short.
Oh.
And it's noteworthy because it's the only actual footage of Walt doing the voice of Mickey that exists.
I wonder why. Because there's probably a lot of times he's been Mickey.
Yeah, this is the only... Well, I'm sure there are other times they recorded him, providing the voice.
Yeah, well, yeah, but film it.
Him and Billy Bletcher, who does the voice of Pete, this footage, it wouldn't be discovered until the early 2000s. So it's a
Interesting.
long time before any footage of Walt doing the voice of Mickey even shows up.
Oh wow. So he could have been lying the whole time.
Could have been, but now we have proof. And then just the last interesting thing, the city that Mickey and Pluto are traveling to, it's Pomona, which is a real city in California. It was initially rumored to be the original planned location for Disneyland when
Oh.
they were trying to decide on a location.
Look at that.
But the city council declined its offer, fearing that the new park would not succeed and would cause the city to go in debt.
Oh, well, they regret that, huh?
Well, that was a rumor at the time. Then it was later found out that it was just a myth, and that was around at the time. It was one of 71 cities considered for Disneyland.
So never mind.
That's
It
a
was
lot
not
of
that
cities.
special.
Yeah.
Well, it got ruled out because in Pomona, apparently the summers are like brutally hot, and it gets too cold at night. So it wasn't really desirable in terms of like
Weather,
comfort
yeah.
level for weather. Released November 1st, 1940, rated TVG with a runtime on Disney Plus of 8 minutes and 6 seconds. Directed by Clyde Geronimi. Animation by Ray Abrams, Clyde Geronimi, Ed Love, Kenneth Muse, and Marvin Woodward. Voice work by Walt Disney, Billy Bletcher, and Lee Miller. We open up at a train station in Burbank. Burbank, California, of course, is where Walt Disney Animation Studios is located. Mickey and Pluto arrive each with their own suitcase. The train pulls into the station, and the two attempt to board. Big Pete is our train conductor, and he kicks the two off the train because no dogs are allowed.
Rude.
So mean.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, when I was watching this, I was like, what is Big Pete, though?
Is he a cat? Because I think he's a cat.
He's a cat. Yeah.
Okay. So no cats allowed. Fuck him.
I know.
There's a mouse allowed, but no dogs.
I know.
Riddle me that.
Well, maybe if he'd start
He's a
acting
cat.
like a human, he'd be allowed on this
I know.
train. Big Pete then calls for final boarding. This train is going to Albuquerque, Amarillo, Azusa, and...
All
Yeah,
west.
I live there.
Dude, I fucking love Big Pete. I think he's so funny. He's my favorite. But he says that all aboard. Mickey stuffs Pluto into his suitcase and boards the train, sneaking his dog on. Pluto, trapped inside the suitcase...
But notably, they leave Pluto's suitcase.
He just had bones.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's important to note that
Michael said the
Pluto's
same thing.
No.
Pluto's
Yes.
suitcase
Yeah.
did not make it onto the train.
Yes.
Okay?
That's
You have to
remember
note
that.
that, yeah. I picked up on that too.
Yeah.
So Pluto, trapped inside Mickey's suitcase, starts barking. So Mickey agrees to let him out if he stays quiet. Big Pete starts walking down the aisle, collecting tickets. When he approaches Mickey, he punches the ticket with his teeth, and it makes like an
Yeah.
OK mark in it. And he grabs Mickey's suitcase and saying it doesn't belong down here; it belongs up aboard. So he throws it above Mickey, and
And all this time, Mickey's hiding behind a newspaper, trying to not be seen.
despite being
Yeah, because then Big Pete would be like, wait, did you just abandon your dog
Yeah.
at the train station?
Exactly.
I'm sure it's fine. Pluto starts to bark while he is thrown up above, which Pete takes note of. But Mickey tries to cover it up by faking barking.
Barking
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just cough?
Yeah.
Like,
This doesn't really convince Pete, though, so he decides to do a little detective work. And he starts telling this story about how he...
well, because he sees Mickey and he's like, oh, it's you. And you're all alone.
Nothing gets by this
And,
one.
and Mickey's like, yep, haha, all
didn't-
alone.
Didn't Mickey give him 2 tickets too, though?
No, just one.
You sure?
I think so. I don't know.
I thought it was two.
There was 2.
There were
Okay.
2.
And
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like, why
did
would
Yeah, that's weird.
That's first catch. It's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Pete starts telling the story about when he was young, he used to have a little cat.
But he's a cat.
But he's a
I know that, and that's what also threw me
Yeah.
off. I was like, "Oh, he's a cat," and then he starts telling. Anyways,
And whenever he would leave this cat all alone,
It
it would cry.
Hi.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like, how do you know? You weren't
Yeah,
there.
it was
No, he
low.
was just doing it to
I
make
know.
the meow sound to
I know.
entice Pluto to come out because he knew he was in there.
Yep.
Yeah, Pluto hears the meow.
And this dumb dog starts falling for it.
He starts barking immediately. He's like, "Where's this fucking cat?" He falls out of the suitcase. Mickey puts Pluto back in the suitcase and tries to run away from Pete. And now they're in like the sleeping quarters of the
Yeah.
train.
Which looks so cozy, by the way.
Are you
It
kidding?
looks so tiny.
They looked so cuddly. Like, I would love to go on a sleeper train like that. Anyways,
You can, you know.
I know that's like I want to though, but like,
Who
what am
takes
I
a
gonna?
train anymore?
That's what I'm gonna say. Like, it's just so much quicker to just fly or drive
Mhm.
places. Why would I take like a train like that?
Well, they're hiding amongst all the people that are sleeping. Pete thinks he's found them. He sees like a lump like on the curtain.
A
and
lump?
just-
It was a booty!
Yeah, and he
God
decides.
forbid, God forbid it be another individual.
Yeah. So he jumps on and grabs it, and it turns out to be a random woman, and she screams and starts
Yeah.
beating the shit out of him with like her umbrella or whatever cane that she had.
Oh, and also she had a gloved hand like Mickey.
Yeah, she
had a
did.
gloved
They
hand,
all
yeah.
have glove hands.
Yeah, but it looked like Mickey's hand.
Like,
Yeah.
it could have been Mickey.
No, I feel like, did we discuss this? Why the animators use gloved hands?
We
Can't make
did.
fingers.
Just because it's like easier for them.
Yeah.
Then they could just all have the same hand and not have to animate the hands, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pete stumbles away into another sleeping quarter.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and this time it is actually Mickey and Pluto, but they're disguised as like
Two old biddies.
2 old biddies sharing a bed. And Pete's embarrassed, and he apologizes to them, and he backs out.
You won't be disturbed again. Disturbed again.
He tucks in Pluto's butt and like you pats it like
Yeah,
there you
which like to
go.
me is like harassment.
Yeah.
Well, like
Stuff again.
When he realizes this is a dog's butt.
yeah.
Not,
And Mickey's in there like,
Not an old
haha,
lady.
we fooled him. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
And Pete goes,
You know,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have to wait like at least 10 seconds for them to walk away.
Yeah, he's gone. That's good. We're in the clear. So when Pete discovers that it's them, the two try to run away from the bed, and just as they do, the train goes into like a tunnel. So now it's like dark in the train, and they're able to escape. And
Because they don't have lights, I guess.
when the lights come back on from when they come out the other side of the tunnel, Pete's just like
Eating a
boxing a mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Springs flying everywhere.
yeah. His arms get like wrapped up in springs, and he's like, he looks like the Penguin.
You're right.
From like Batman. He's like all short and everything. So he realizes that they got away. Mickey and Pluto are now disguised in Pete's like coat that he was wearing. And
Completely oversized.
Dumb
Yeah.
anyway.
it's just a coat walking. Like I don't know why
You
anyone would
couldn't
believe
see.
this. But Pete approaches the coat and he asks the coat, have you seen two people go by? And the coat's like, yeah, they went that way or whatever. And he,
Mickey like uses a like fake voice
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
he does his big Pete impression.
Yeah.
Pete starts to walk away and he realizes, I'm the conductor.
He's like, thank you, conductor.
yeah.
Oh wait. I'm
So-
the conductor.
He sneaks back up on Pluto and Mickey, and he like scares Pluto when he lifts up the coat, and
Well, he tells me, he's like, shh.
yeah,
And Pluto's like, okay. Keeps walking.
and they manage to dodge Big Pete, and Big Pete ends up grabbing the same woman from before that beat the shit out of him with the umbrella,
Yeah.
and she just continues to go to town on him, just whacking him.
Man,
over and
that's a
over again.
lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah, groped twice on this one.
Good for that lady.
She stabs him.
Did you say good for that lady?
Yeah,
Like
I-
for being groped?
No.
Oh.
For beating him up.
Oh, okay.
Twice.
It's just like the way, like the sequencing of your comment.
Sorry.
I was like, what?
I was still thinking and processing it in my head. And I was like, good for her. She should beat him up.
Well, here's your
You're
butt.
right, though.
Here's your butt stuff because she grabs a needle and stabs him in the butt for good measure.
Did she say I'm gonna tell the conductor? I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
she's
the conductor.
she meant the coat walking by.
The imposter.
Yeah. Pete then runs into Mickey and Pluto, and they're disguised as a Native American chief, like we mentioned. Pete's like initially fooled by this, even when he grabs like Pluto's nose,
Yeah.
and Pluto, because
Well,
Pluto,
'cause- well, 'cause-
Pluto can't go with anything. Like he,
Well, because I think what it was is like Mickey's dressed up as like an indigenous person, and Pluto's supposed to be the baby.
oh, I didn't
Yeah.
get.
Yeah, because he's on the back.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, Pluto doesn't like this, and he bites Pete on the hand. Now Pete realizes this is not a baby; it's a dog.
Yeah.
He rips off the disguise on these two, and like through the window behind them. I don't know what you call this thing, but Pluto's collar gets like caught on like a pole or something outside.
Oh yeah, the old train like tracks and stuff did have that, but I don't know what it's called.
It's just like a pole outside that the train passes under.
I think the conductor used to like do something with it, but I don't. Or like
Just,
they used to
whack it
leave,
as they go
or
by.
they used to leave like
The lights.
like bags full of stuff. I don't know. I've looked into this and I don't remember, so I apologize.
That's all right. Pluto's collar gets caught on it though, and he's pulled out of the train.
Poor Pluto.
Yeah.
Dangling.
And Mickey realizes what happened, so he runs through the whole train. You can see like Pluto in the background. And
He ran fast.
He did.
He was booking it.
And he jumps off the back of the train and grabs onto Pluto, rescuing him. And Pete grabs their 2 suitcases now.
Yeah,
So I don't know how this one got
that's
back
what I'm
on.
saying.
Yep,
It
no,
doesn't
you're
make
right.
sense.
Like was like, they messed up.
Like, look, they messed up.
They did mess up.
He throws both suitcases out the back of the train and tells them to stay out, which I don't
obviously.
think they're going to catch back up. But lucky for them, they collect themselves and they realize we're at Pomona. Now,
Which is weird because like why'd they get on the
What-
train in the first place if it wasn't stopping there?
this train clearly was not stopping.
Well, it did say that it was all
all the A's.
stations west, too, though.
Yeah.
But he babbled in the friggin' he was
I
like
guess
A,
you're
and then he was like blah, 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 blah,
I guess it
and
could have
all
been implied.
stations west.
Pomona was part of the.
Yeah, probably.
I guess
But
it
it
could
didn't
have been
stop.
implied.
Maybe no one was stopping there, so they didn't.
Well, maybe.
Oh yeah,
he
don't you have to
just
like
asked.
pull on a string or something, or is that just a
That's
bus?
a bus.
Well, I have bad news for you because I went to the effort to look this up. Pomona is actually east of Burbank. So
Mars!
geographically, this makes no sense.
Yeah,
Oh no.
right.
So
So the train was heading east.
So he got on the wrong train, basically, and went through all of this for no reason.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dumbass.
Completely
Yeah.
inaccurate.
Well, no,
That was
No,
very
the train went the wrong
What's
direction
her
then.
name?
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Wow. That's,
taking the
that's
dog.
interesting.
Yeah.
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
I love her. She's so funny.
I love her too.
Yeah, and the short comes to an end. The two shake hands. They share a laugh. They got to their destination one way or the other, and that's how it ends.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like this one. I think only because I've just seen it so many times.
Yeah.
Um,
That was the
That's
first
called the
time.
mirror exposure effect, yeah.
yeah, I guess so.
I've never seen it, and that was my favorite out of all of them.
It was my favorite out of all of them. I've seen it before, but I did think it was, like, cute. I like Big Pete. I think he's
I
so
think-
funny.
Yeah, he is
I
funny.
think he's so much better as like the comic foe compared to like Donald, like
Yeah.
how he's been.
Yeah.
Like I think Big Pete's just funny on his own, but like
Yep.
it's funnier watching him like grab a woman and get beat up for like not funny watching him grab a woman. But
It's
like,
just funny, though.
yeah, you
the
know
way
what I
it came
meant.
out of your mouth.
The hook is for male.
Oh, okay.
It's called a catcher pouch.
There you go.
Wait, what's this?
I knew they hung,
That
like, a
hook?
bag
Oh,
on
that
it.
Pluto got caught on?
Yeah, it's for male for moving trains. So as they're moving by, they'll hook it on and keep going if they're not stopping at the station.
Wow.
See?
How about that?
Thanks, Michael.
How do you get it down?
They grab it.
Whoever is, it's supposed to be near the station, so they walk to
Ah.
the end of the platform, take it down, and go.
Like shimmy up the pole
Yeah.
to grab it. But I
It
don't
was
know.
okay.
I like this one. I think.
I
don't know.
did too.
Yeah.
I liked it because I just liked the whole train aspect. I felt
It
like
wasn't a boat this time.
Yeah, it wasn't a boat. It was a different mode of transportation. I don't think we've seen many trains.
Planes, trains,
Yeah.
automobiles, you know.
I'm not picking up the boat lingo, so I prefer if we were just done with the boats.
Me too.
I'm not
Hopefully there's
getting
no
it.
more.
You got the train line go down though,
The conductor
and the
Yeah.
caboose.
and the caboose,
Caboose.
and the mail thing.
Yeah.
What was the
There
mail
you
thing
go.
called?
Catcher pouch.
A catcher pouch.
Yeah, look at that.
Mm.